Oh. Excuse me. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh my God.
All right.
Let me check these bad boys for burrs real quick. Yeah. Don't need them perfect. I'm not a chick.
Oh,
I actually stabbed myself in the hand earlier this week. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sore. Great.
Hey, Spencer. Hey, Ziggy. How's everyone tonight?
¿Qué pasa? Órale, vato. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien. Damn, I just spit out a lot of Spanish there.
Hi, bestie.
Oh. Oh, man. I am retarded. Sore. Demonetized immediately. Oh, well. I don't monetize any of these because I'm not a jerk. I'm not going to make you sit through an ad. Why would I do that?
Spencer says it's nice enough that he's being able to throw outside while he watches tonight.
What's that?
Spencer's said it's nice enough that he's being able to throw outside while he's watching tonight.
We're supposed to have 70-degree weather tomorrow, but started raining on our way home. Of course, for Thursdays.
For like the next 10 days, except for
well,
one.
So I don't know how the video quality is. Hopefully it's good. But
right now.
And, you know, Jason's still sending me messages and stuff like, are you buying an Oculus yet? I'm like, dude, like, Jason, I would love to buy an Oculus and game with you, dude. I live in the country. I can't. We've spent like over $1,000 trying to get stuff that works out here. It doesn't work. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not buying an Oculus. But I tell you what, if you're watching, I know you're not, whatever. Next time Owen comes out here, he has an Oculus. I'm going to try to game online with his.
Starlink doesn't work in the pole barn for us. It works fine on our house, just not in the pole barn.
No, it barely works in the house.
Well, that's accurate. Barely works in the house.
I looked it up today. Starlink is not recommended for gaming. Oh, it's not.
No, yeah, they were just asking about, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Josiah just said he subbed to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Last night or the night before, I was throwing a lot of fast draw. And yeah, I lifted a bunch of heavy stuff today and I did push-ups too, so.
I'll do it.
Yeah, my shoulders are sore.
Spencer, you can please keep the 3 to 6 inches of snow this weekend. And trying to be better, thank you for joining and subbing on our channel. Indiana. Oh, shoot. Am I frozen to you all, or is it still going?
Expecting 3 to 6 inches?
Yeah. All right. You might be frozen.
Oh, cool. It just went out.
Okay, I was going to say. But we were clear.
All right, just a moment. I have to switch Wi-Fi.
All right, on Starlink now. I'll pull it back up.
Hey, all right. I just switched Wi-Fi. Hopefully that works. If not,
Might have to bump in an hour.
what's not in Indiana? Fun stuff? Is that what you mean? How often do I think about the Roman Empire? I thought about it today, actually, or a couple days ago. I was talking about going to Italy and seeing Rome. I think about the Roman Empire quite often.
Indians.
So is the Wi-Fi back? Are we good?
It shows you're good.
All right.
It's clear.
Luckily, we got 2 out here.
I could, yeah.
Just wasting money.
Hey, Dakota. God.
My backhands are getting a little better. A little better. Oh, got a burr. Here's a pro tip. If you're a casual knife thrower, disregard this. If you throw all the time, you practice all the time, you want to get better, you want to compete or whatever, pull your knives with your offhand. If you throw for an hour a day, doesn't matter. If you throw for 3 or 4 hours a day, pull knives with your offhand. Make a big difference. I used to practice so much, I used to get blisters in my hand from pulling the knives out. Ooh, snuck in an underhand there. All right, let's try something here. We'll try around the clock. 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I don't know, 4:30. Nope. There we go. We'll try 6 o'clock. Ah. Still dabbling with underhand no spin. Oh. All right, let's try 4:30 and 6 o'clock again. Ooh. Yes, dude. All right, I finally found the grip that works best for me. Damn, that's awesome. Dude, that's so sick. I don't use my finger. I would love to use my finger just like I use it overhand, sidearm, whatever, but for whatever reason, I always put too much. I cancel too much, and the knife ends up flying flat. So I just use a closed hand grip. Damn, that works really good. That was nice. And that was back at almost 5 meters. All right, for the, I'm not sure. And shout out to the repeat customers that keep coming back, because I know I repeat myself a lot because, you know, oh, what do you think about the new banner? Yes, it says the same thing. Yes, it looks identical, but there's no shine. See that? No shine. Matte finish. That's the key. Good thing I work at a sign shop. Shout out Creative Sign Resources. What was I saying?
You were thanking everybody, repeat offenders. But speaking of that, for those that you don't know, it's because he actually has that reversed and it's mirrored. So he does throw right-handed, but that's why he was able to get the sign this
Correct. So shout out to everybody that keeps coming back every week. I appreciate you. Steve in Michigan, shout out, dude. Good job this weekend. I had a short little teaching session with a dude from Michigan. He consistently watches every week. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Keep at it. Next time I'm up, you want to set up target, whatever, get you going. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming back. So grips. Many, many different grips to throw. In particular, we're talking about no spin right now. But, you know, there's open hand grip, finger on the spine. And some people put their finger like this. Some people lay it flat. I'm kind of in between sometimes. And you want your finger just at the balance point or just behind. So right there. So that's where it is. What I do is I don't even think about the balance point. I just put the knife in the palm of my hand and right there. Depending on the size of the knife, that will change. A long knife, you're gonna have to compensate a lot. But some people like to hold it real deep. They have a big slide. First person that comes to mind is Lauren Dennis. Lauren Dennis holds the knife really deep, and she has a nice slide throw, push slide. I consider it, because you have to cancel, so it's not just a slide. A slide would just be like that, so you're countering like that. So whether your hand's open like this, which is great, or closed hand grip, firm grip, loose fingers. You want it to be able to come out of your hand really easy. And then what I was just doing there successfully a minute ago, underhand no spin, which I struggle with. This should be the way I should throw this way, whatever. When I go underhand, here I'll try. I cancel too much. I brush my finger too much. I don't need to brush at all, or almost none. But I end up doing this, and the knife flies like that. So finger on the spine. And then not only that, it wants to go left or right. So what I found out works best for me, that right there, saber grip. Right there, real loose, but firm. Ooh, man, it works good. Damn, I'm good at this. That one is a little off axis, but we still got a stick. You know, keep in mind, knife throwing is not only the most difficult of all the accuracy sports, we're also the most difficult on ourselves. We don't just count hitting our target like a gun, an arrow, slingshot, whatever. We only count it if our knife sticks. Now, if we were hunting or something and we, you know, got our game or bird, whatever, successful mission. But it'd be a lot cooler if the knife was stuck in it, right? But
Babe, you have a question of, you are right-hand dominant though, are you not?
oh yeah. Very much so. I'm left-handed, which keep in mind, you're looking at a mirror right now. That is reversed so you can read it because we're using the forward-facing camera. You can't read that, but you can read that because it's flipped. But yes, I'm left-handed, but I'm dominant right. That really confuses so many people online, especially people that are about 10, 15 years older than me. They're still trying to comprehend the internet, you know?
Okay. In all fairness.
Copy and paste. Should I paste this? You know, don't, never mind.
Yeah, I'm going to say, in all fairness, me and the internet don't get along very well. In all fairness, I'm not even 15, 20 years. Me and the internet don't get along very well sometimes, so.
Does anybody got any questions? Practice, practice, practice. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, knife throwing, sticking a knife, pretty easy. I can teach anybody within 5 minutes. If it takes me longer than 5 minutes to get you to stick a knife, you know, you got some problems.
That doesn't mean he's going to be able to teach you repetitively like that for 5 minutes.
Right.
But
it's
he'll
just,
get you
you know, becoming good at it. Consistency is the number one thing. Sticking your knife every time. Second thing is accuracy. Well, accuracy comes later. The most important thing is building a good foundation. Fundamentals are key in knife throwing. You want repetition, repetition, repetition. And that's been my problem because I'm pretty proficient in all the ways, but I'm very, very good at rotational throwing. And rotational throwing, I kind of stuck with the same way over and over and over. I stuck with it. I found what worked for me and it was natural. No spin throwing, I've tried everything. So as you're seeing me throw, I can throw sidearm, over the top, corner, underhand, backhand, and then all the different grips and stuff. So I've like bounced around a lot over the years. And it's taken me a very long time to get to the point where I'm at. I guess in the long run, what I'm saying is find something that you want to improve at and stick with that. Don't bounce around too much. And one of the most important tips I can give you, find a set of knives and stick with those. I know all the knives, they're shiny, they're beautiful. You want to try them all. But in the beginning, it's really important, like I said, to build a good foundation. Stick with the one set of knives.
Ace Wolf Peach also asked, are you able to throw then ambidextrous?
Throw what?
Ambidextrous, because he's the one that asked the right dominant, and then you answered that, so he said ambidextrous, and then he asked
not very well. This looks right-handed to you. This is actually my left hand. No spin is very difficult for me with my offhand, and it looks a little feminine. You can make fun of me; it's fine. Ah! Ooh, that was good.
Yep.
I'm working on it.
All right. Dakota asked a question that would be good for your newcomers. He said, do you go by meters and not feet in knife throwing?
Both. I'm American. I like feet, even though it's retarded. But meters are better. It's universal. And the only reason I even know what a meter is because of knife throwing. 2 meters to 10 meters, I know the equivalent of feet. Beyond that, don't know, don't care. It's pretty simple. It's pretty close. 2 meters, 7 feet. 3 meters, 10 feet. 13 meters, 4 meters. 13 feet, 4 meters. Excuse me. 5 meters, 16 feet. 6 meters, 20 feet. Yeah, and then 7 meters is almost identical. 7 meters is almost 23 feet exactly. I think it's like a 1/4 inch off or something like that. It's pretty simple. You can bitch about it if you want. It's simple, but yeah. Oh yeah, let's do some more ambidextrous stuff, all right?
One more quick question, I'm sorry, because it's a new one to go right in with that.
Yeah.
It's a new guy, and BapZ, he said, do you join contests? This is cool, so probably competitions.
I ran. Cool.
Not that one.
Good to see you, dude. Cool. Whatever. All right. What?
Do you have competitions? Somebody thinks it's cool. So
yeah,
you have contests.
I compete. I host a competition. Knife throwing is still pretty small. There's a lot of backyard throws that we go to. Danger Fest started in my backyard with like 8 people. Now we have over 130. Yeah, we had 130 people come from all over the world to our throw this year. So yes, competing is a thing. Let's do left hand, right hand. Oh, messed it up. Left, left, right. As you can see, it's a lot easier for me to snap right. I'm still figuring that out with my left hand. But when you start to throw ambidextrously, all you got to do is like think, okay, I throw this way and I'm doing this. So you just switch and you try to imitate with your opposite side. It's going to feel weird for sure. Here, I'll throw some left-handed half spin. That wasn't too bad. Let me change the camera angle a little bit. Okay, I'm underspinning, and that's fine. What I'm doing is I'm throwing like this, and the knife is only making it to about right there, which is good. That means I'm doing the technique properly. I'm using my finger and canceling spin. All I have to do now is, you don't really want to flick your wrist in a lot of instances when you're learning knife throwing, but in this instance, I want to stop my hand a little bit and give it a little bit of this. Boom, perfect. That one overspun just a little bit. Another huge tip I can give you guys, follow through. Following through is so important in knife throwing. Now, there are instances where you stop your hand, but most of the time, especially with rotational throwing, you want to throw, and then after the knife leaves your hand, you want your arm to continue to move past. Whether I'm throwing no spin, like here, my hand keeps going after the knife leaves my hand. This way, whatever. It's just knife following through is a huge thing.
Thanks, Nebula.
All right, let's see some more left-handed. I'm doing all right. So here's my grip, same as my right hand. Okay. Yes, it feels like it looks. Ah, okay, I'm underspinning, that's okay. Not bad. Now, the way I'm throwing it, I'm underspinning, I'm canceling it. I can step back to 7 meters and throw left-handed pretty easily, which is like, it's not expert, but like it's good. It's like, you don't see many, you know, I'm still a beginner with my left hand, but since I know the technique and I know how to cancel rotation, it's easy for me to go back there, which is weird. Posted a video a few weeks ago of me throwing only left-handed from 7 meters, and it was pretty, I was impressed with myself. I think at least 200 people saw it.
None Your Business is new to the channel, and this is the second comment, but he said it's
Welcome
hard
to the channel.
Find people interested in this. Glad I seen your channel. Thanks.
Oh man, yeah, that's why I'm here. This is why I'm doing this. We're trying to grow the sport. That's why I'm doing this for free. You got questions? Ask me. Teach you anything for free. All right, let's do some sidearm half spin, right hand. Woo.
Hey, throw stuff.
See that? Can you guys see? Hopefully you can see it from back there. But you see how that angle right there? That's nice. That's just showing you my angle of throw and my follow through. Dot, 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 dot. Of course, I have a nice big target. There's many reasons for the target that I'm using.
Ooh.
I've got competitive lanes over here that you can't see. I got competitive lanes over here. But that's more for accuracy. What I like to do is I like to throw hard. When you throw hard, your accuracy goes down. And the other reason I have that big surface area is for trick shots. I'm a big trick shot guy. So it's just easier to chase cans and rings wherever. And it's also safer. I hardly ever get bad ricochets off of a large target area. The bad ricochets come off of the edge, the outer edge of targets. That's where the ricochets happen really bad, especially with no spin and half spin.
Hey, babe, the gentleman, None Your Business, that's on tonight, he asked earlier where we're from and said he has a farm in Illinois by Wisconsin border. Yeah, he said we should party, but then he also said that he's making a throwing stall at the farm, 40 by 80 pole barn.
Damn, 40 by 80.
Yeah.
I'm jealous, dude. I only got a small 30 by 50. we just moved in here a little over about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And the whole reason we bought this property and the house was for this place here. And as you can see, it's 100% committed to knife throwing, you know. It's pretty much all I do.
And then you had a gentleman, Zach, that was on that wondered how long you'd been throwing and answer that one first.
Consistently for about 13 years. Professionally, competitively, all that stuff, yeah.
And the next part was how long did it take to master your technique?
I haven't mastered anything, dude. Anyone that says they have is a liar. There's no mastering. You can get very good at something, but there's always something to refine. You know, we have master scores in competition, and I've hit master score, but it's not, I haven't mastered anything. If you start calling yourself a master, you're kind of a jerk. You're kind of a dickhead, you know. Overhand half spin. In my opinion, this is a lot more accurate than my sidearm. Case in point, 4 knives that I can grab with one hand.
So Stephen Allen just commented and said, I can see that you have a different technique when you throw with the left than the right. It's a different how you keep the knives in your hands.
No,
awesome.
No, I try. Well, I'm not good with my left hand. And, you know, keep in mind, this is mirrored. I'm not sure if you were watching before, but it's the same. So if I'm throwing half spin, that's my grip, regardless. Now, there is what I call cheating, and it's not cheating, it's just whatever. I try to hold the knife the same way every time, and then no matter the distance, I just adjust my throw. But you can also, if you're close, hold the knife down by the tip, regardless if it's by the handle or the tip, for no spin, rotational, whatever. But the more you choke up on the knife, it slows down rotation because it takes more time to release from your hand. And you're also, there's a little bit of friction there. Not a lot, but and that is very evident when you're throwing military half spin. Military half spin is just a grip. It's not a technique. It's just a grip. It's just half spin. Like this is half spin. This is half spin. So it's just half spin. This is just a grip. See how my fingers are not touching the blade? That's so you can throw a sharp object without, you know, if I did that and threw it sharp, I'd cut my fingers real bad. So I'll try. See, I'm gonna choke up. See how the knife's sticking out here? I don't like to hold it that high, but I'm back here behind 5 meters, and I'm going to have to really cancel the spin. So I really want to feel the whole knife release from my hand. I doubt I can do this from this far with this knife. All right, let me try again. So you don't want to use your wrist at all. You want to lock your wrist with your forearm. Ooh, okay. I think I get this one. Watch. Yeah. You got to pay attention to how your knives are hitting. And so let's move the camera up a little bit and get a little bit more technical for the newer throwers here. So in rotational throwing, it's based on set distances, kind of. All these pieces of tape on the floor, that is 2 meters, 3 meters, 4 meters, 5, 6, and 7. So those are there for competition, and so you know where you're standing when you're throwing rotational throwing. Rotational throwing, you really need to know where you're standing within a few inches. So rotational throwing is like this. And a perfect stick is perpendicular. If you're slightly too close, your knives will consistently hit like this. If you're too far from your mark, your knives will consistently hit like this, handle up. Now, that's how you gauge, dial in your distance, you're throwing for rotational throwing. Now, you can also apply that to instinctive throwing, no spin and half spin, but it doesn't have anything to do with your distance per se. It has to do with your stance, grip, and release. Those are the 3 things that matter. So if you pay attention to how your knives are sticking or hitting or not hitting or not sticking, you can really dial that in. If they're over rotating, you're holding onto the knife too long and you need to release sooner, or there's like follow through, there's grip. There's a lot of different things that come into play when you're doing instinctive throwing. But it's all knife throwing to me. I've learned all this stuff and put it all together. Like a lot of people like to just separate things and like, well, this is this and this and this, you know, whatever. But it's all, you can learn from all of it.
So can I ask one question to go in with that? Dakota asked, why do you prefer to throw hard? Is it easier to stick, but you lose some accuracy?
I prefer to throw hard because it feels good. It feels good. It looks good. It makes me feel good. Yes, accuracy goes down. I'm able to throw relatively hard with rotational throwing and still be pretty accurate. No spin, I'm really having to dial it back. If I want to be accurate, I need to dial it back some. It's hard because but there's a fine line. You just gotta figure it out for yourself. You know, everybody's different. One of my favorite rotational throwers is Werner Langmuller, and he whales them in there. So I'll try to throw accurately. All right, hold on. Let me toss up a card real quick, and I'll show you guys the difference. All right, we got a. Whoops. All right, we got it. Oh crap. My no. Sorry, my staples popped out. All right, we got ace clubs. Why? It's very unprofessional of me. Oh my God. I need an assistant. Another assistant, I mean. All right, working properly, meow. Meow. Okay, accuracy. I'm gonna demonstrate with rotational knives. These are 14-inch Roni knives, kind of Japanese style. You can get these at deltaalpha.com. Shout out deltaalpha.com, my sponsor. All of my designs are available there. Check them out. But I'll be throwing from 4 meters, and this is a 1.5 rotation, so I'm going to be holding it by the blade. See how many throws it takes me to stick the card. Just high. That was good though. Left and right. You want to be dialed in left and right. Up and down, I can deal with missing that way. A little high. Got it. Got the top left. I would have hit center, but it kind of skipped off the knife. So I wasn't throwing hard, but I wasn't throwing soft, right? So let's try no spin. I'm going to throw hard, and then I'm going to back it off and see if I can get a center cut for you. So throwing hard. Ooh, I got it. I wasn't throwing too hard, but still. But all right, I'm gonna try to dial it back. And I've been working on throwing over the top more than I have left-handed, and I think that helps me with accuracy. Let's see if I can do it. Didn't stick those two, but I was still. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. Not bad. Not, I mean, I missed on 2. I got 1 out of 3. Not bad, but the groupings like that, that's pretty decent, right? For competition, we're throwing it 4-inch or 10 centimeters or whatever you guys call it over there, rest of the world. I don't know. But if you look at, for example, that guy over there, Adam Cheladine is a very, very good competitive thrower. He's excellent at throwing at bullseyes. But you don't really see him throw hard that often. There's just different, not really levels, just, yeah, there is levels. Ooh, that was center cut. All right, now I'll throw a couple hard half spin. And from this distance, you'll have to see me. I'm going to stop. I'm going to use my wrist, which I don't tell anybody to do. This is like advanced stuff, because I always say follow through. I'm going to snap a little bit because I have to, because I'm so close. Ooh.
Hey, Alan.
I just want to show you the difference between me rifling them in there, then I'm going to lay it in. I blocked it. Yep. Cock blocked. Even though I didn't hit the card, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to try to lay it in there easy. Oh, you know, I didn't hit it, but it's only that high above. But you can see the difference, right? It's just, it's like, I don't know. I can't really use pitchers as an example because pitchers are so accurate. But a ball is very different than throwing a knife. There's a lot more technique involved. Anybody watching that hasn't been subscribed, if you find you get any value out of this or entertainment, I'd appreciate a subscription. It's free. There's a deal going on right now. It's free $99.
Okay, so 2 questions. One asked if you could throw backhanded, and the second one is how's throwing underhand. I feel like it could be pretty accurate.
Ooh, underhand, you say. Ooh, happens to be my favorite. All right, backhand and underhand. Let me do backhand real quick. Backhand. I can't get a lot of velocity or power out of backhand, but I have been working on it a lot. It's much more difficult for me to do further away. I'm standing here. I'm at 6 meters right now. I'm going to try it at 5 meters. I'm going to change the camera angle because it's just different. But keep in mind, this is mirrored. I'm throwing right-handed. Here we go. And I like to step and throw because this helps me cancel rotation. And I'm not throwing at the card, I'm just throwing. If I hit the card, though, I was definitely aiming at it. Ooh, that was good. Dude, those are pretty good. Not a lot of velocity there, but there's still a couple of those stuck very straight. A stick is a stick is a stick. Sticking your knives, awesome, you're doing great. But a straight knife, that's money. That's what you want. And even though I wasn't throwing too hard, if you stick a straight, see that? They still stick in there very well. When your knives hit at an angle, that is just wasted momentum. You know, because all that weight, like that, as soon as your tail starts to push one way or the other, that's wasted momentum one way or the other. So you don't have to throw super hard all the time. If your knife is sticking straight, you'd be surprised at how much, how deep a knife can go in your target. So let's do some more backhand, then I'm gonna do some underhand. Hope you're still watching, dude. Underhand's fire.
All right, while he's throwing that, I just want to let you know I'm posting his email in there right now. So if you guys have any questions for him, you want to come visit us or whatnot, there is his email address to get a hold of him.
FullTangClan@gmail, baby. All right, let me show off a little bit. Move the camera back. Camera's going to be at about 8 meters. And yeah. I wouldn't say underhand is more accurate than overhand or sidearm, but it's just the easiest for me. Out of all the ways that I've learned how to throw, underhand seems to be the easiest. And the number one thing about underhand is It's not taxing on your body at all. You will never hurt your shoulder or your elbow doing it this way. It's just, look at me. I'm just bowling. Super easy. Look at that. Barely any effort. Or you can put some ass on it and get them in there. Oh, I love it when people ask me about underhand. And just so you know, what I'm doing right now is underhand half spin. Half spin is always by the blade. This is my, so move the light real quick so you can see a little better. Half spin is always by the blade, and there's many different ways of holding the knife, but this is the way I hold it, flat like this. This is not military grip because my fingers are wrapped around. This is military grip right there. So I just let it slide out. A good exercise to do to get good at going far is this. See how the knife is sliding out of my hand and staying flat? That is the technique. The further you go back, the more it's like bowling, like a big movement like this. Now, the closer you get, the shorter. Of course, I didn't stick those, but so up close, you shorten your movement and you don't follow through at all. Look how close I am. Snap that shit. The further you go back, the less you got to slow it down a little bit. And then, see, I'm bowling. It's literally woof, bowling. Just let it barely slide out.
So quick question on that. Buddy Guy asked, do you slide it off your finger or let it slide off your palm?
Not your palm. Now you can. You could definitely use your finger and just like overhand half spin, just like this. Up. Oh, come on. There we go. That's overhand half spin. Now, you can use your finger, but I have a problem with the knife going this way and this way. Let me try. Now, that one didn't stick, but the knife went like this. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. Duck Official. Shout out, dude. Very much appreciate it. But you can see how much I canceled the rotation with my fingertip. I could have stood back another 10, 15 feet, and that knife would have slowly turned until the point got there. It's much harder for me to do it that way. So that's why I use the flat hand, the flat grip, or I don't even know what to call it. Maybe we should start calling it the danger grip, because I don't think I've seen anybody else do it the way I do.
Well, you got your one question. Do you know how to throw throwing stars?
Yes. Who asked? Who was it? Who asked me that?
Orange juice.
All right. Yes. I always got them things on me, dude. Check it out.
Now
boom. Huh? I got that shit on fast draw. We talk about. Bah! Bah! Always ready, dude. So this is my flat. You don't use your palm per se. You use your fingers. See this? Right there. That's what's going on. My thumb. My thumb is what I really use. Now I can flip this around. Instead of half spin, you flip it around and use the handle. Same exact thing. It's just a little bit more of this. It's not much. It's hard to explain. Oh, here we go. Underspun, overspun. I guess I had it in between. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Okay.
He did say, I see.
Good. I'm glad I helped.
And Duck Official, email us and come see us. We can help you get the hang of it.
But yeah, I literally have a Shuriken magazine that was made for me custom by Rich over there at Igatengu. Igatengu makes legit ninja shit. Like his stuff is the bee's knees. And he made this 3D printed magazine. I'll show you guys. You got to see this. It's very cool. Take my pants off real quick.
Oh,
just kidding.
Alec, thank you.
Oh, dude, you don't got to.
Thank you.
You know, you guys are more than welcome to donate, but you don't have to. I'm doing this for free. Thank you very much.
Alex becomes
Please subscribe
good regular.
if you haven't. But look at this thing. This thing is sick. It works so good. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. This is one of the coolest things that I have or have ever gotten related to knife throwing. I've got fast draw rigs. There's just so much time and effort that went into this. And this, like, if ninjas saw this 400 or 500 years ago, dude, they'd probably steal it from you because they're ninjas. Thank you for the donation. That means a lot. And by the way, dude last weekend that I was teaching told me that he subscribed to my channel.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he paid a subscription. And I was like, there is no paid subscriptions. I do it for free.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he was mistaken, if he was just talking about paying for YouTube Red.
Oh.
Or what, but I know that other YouTubers charge a subscription.
Oh, really?
And I don't know why or how, but
Oh.
that's not what we're doing.
No, no.
My shit's free.
But, babe, I want to tell you that Duck Official, he's the one that first paid you, and he said that about he wasn't being able to get the hang of throwing. He has been throwing every day, so I told him to email you, put that there, so he could come hang with us, and you'd get him going.
Yeah, it's all good. Like, throw every day. That's the
Right.
biggest thing. If you only can throw for 10, 15 minutes at a time, muscle memory is so important. You could watch all the videos you want and store that in your brain. If you don't get out there and actually put it to use, you're not going to learn too much. Now, I'm all self-taught, and I did learn a lot from watching others online. But I've put in many, many hours. Many.
Yeah. I remember when you just started watching and like Pat Mentor and all them at the very
Oh, dude, there's, yeah. Shout out to all the OGs.
Yeah.
But let me grab a drink real quick. What time we got? Ooh, trick shot time, bitch. But anybody that has any questions about knife throwing, if you want me to critique your technique, you can always send me. If you don't feel like putting videos on YouTube, you can always send them to me at fulltangclan@gmail. Fulltangclan@gmail. I'd be happy to watch your videos there. I've got a couple people that send me their videos there. They're not comfortable with putting them online yet, and I understand that. But I'm here to help, man.
All right, 2 questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
How heavy are your knives, and how is the weight distributed? Is it heavier at the base or pretty balanced?
Great question.
And then the other one is, what's the best target to throw knives at? So
let's start with the easy question real quick. Best target to throw knives at. Anyone that you have available. You know, in the beginning, just don't throw at live trees. You know, you can do whatever you want. If you got live trees at home, throw at them, kill them. I don't care. We just try not to promote people throwing at live trees all the time. It's just a bad look for the sport overall. I don't care what you do at home. Kill your trees. I don't give a shit. Cottonwood is king. It's #1 throwing wood you can get. That's what I have. Any softwood is amazing. Pine, poplar, cottonwood, basswood, willow. There's so many different ones. You can throw at some hardwoods. Walnut's not great. Black locust will snap your knives in half. Oak is okay. Each tree is slightly different. So in the beginning, when I was hard up for targets, I would literally take a throwing knife with me. I would see targets or cut up logs on the side of the road. I'd take my knife out, stab it real quick. If it went in good, I would take that home and use it as a target. You can also use 2x4s from Home Depot, Lowe's, cut them up, make end grain targets. These are much easier. Cut them, you're done. End grain targets don't last as long. They look cooler, they're more professional looking, they're more expensive, and they don't last long. So I don't recommend them. Always water your targets. Water will make them last probably 3 times as long, and your knives stick a little bit better. Always people say in my videos, well, your wood's wet. Your wood's wet. Well, that doesn't matter, dude, but whatever. Weight distribution and weight. I have a whole myriad of throwing knives. I've got everything from 2 pounds, or that cleaver right there, I think it weighs 3 or 4 pounds. But I prefer lighter knives. It depends on the length. We go from anywhere from 8 inches all the way up to 16 inches. Thicknesses go from 1/4 inch, well, very few, 1/2 inch, And you got 3/8 inch. Look at this bad boy. Available at delta-alpha.com. This is my everyday carry called the 8.5 inches of danger. Always got that thing on me. This is 3/8 thick, 8.5 inches long, and it weighs 225 grams. Then you got rotational throwers, 14 inches long, 3/16 thick. I don't know the weight on this. If I had to guess, it would be 230-ish. But there's now weight distribution. The biggest myth in knife throwing, the one that drives me nuts, is, well, you can throw that knife because it's weighted. Throwing knives are weighted for throwing. That is not a thing. That's not a thing at all. Some things that you throw, most throwing knives are center balanced or slightly heavy, handle heavy. Most no spin knives like this is a little bit handle heavy. See how it's longer on this side, shorter on this side? It's because it's got that fat ass on it. But you can throw anything. Screwdrivers, for example, very handle heavy, excellent for half spin. I do not like tip heavy stuff, but a lot of times if you look up knife throwing on Google or whatever in their chat GPT, they'll tell you that for rotational throwing, blade heavy stuff is better. That's not true at all. I have maybe 2 or 3 knives that I can think of out of all my collection. I have like 300 throwing knives. Okay, here's one. This one's made out of a farrier file. This one's custom made, hand forged. It's sick. Look at this thing. It's slightly tip heavy. Now this one isn't so tip heavy that it's hard for me to throw, but it takes a few throws for me to get used to this rather than all my other stuff. So see how it's shorter on this side? See that? Less on this side than this side because it has all that extra meat there. But look at this thing. One of the coolest things ever. Thank you, Jeff White and Nathaniel, for making this. This thing's sick. Now, first throw, let's see. I'm gonna have to calculate my brain real quick. All right, we'll see. Ah! But it's not that big of a difference. It's not. Like, for example, okay, tomahawk, for example. Very different than throwing knives. Look how tip heavy the tomahawk is. That's where the balance point is. Isn't that crazy? You never throw from the blade. I mean, you can, but you just don't. But so they spin differently. They don't spin here. They spin here. So it's like oblong. You know, it's so. For example, a regular knife throw is right here at 3 meters. For a tomahawk throw, all that weight is on the end. It's pulling itself out of my hand. So I step back to almost 4 meters for a proper 1 rotation. Now, keep in mind, my heel was on the 4 meter mark or 13-inch mark, or 14 feet, sorry. It's 13 feet, sorry. Now, all I have to do now, flip it around for 1.5 rotations. I'm just gonna step back about a footprint. Now, that doesn't make sense. Hopefully you guys are picking up what I'm laying down. But see, like 1 rotation, 1.5. But now for 2 rotations, I have to step back to here. So that's a big example of how things rotate differently. That's the biggest example I could think of. Hopefully that answers your question.
Pollywog got on and he said, "Sup, Danger, throw a sticker for my nephew. He's in the hospital right now."
Huh?
Pollywog. His nephew's in the hospital. So
oh, man, I'm sorry to hear
want
that.
you to throw a sticker for him. Get a stick.
So.
And the couple wants to know if you sell cottonwood targets.
I do sell cottonwood targets. I do. But you have to be in North Manchester, Indiana.
Close.
You know,
it's a lot.
I'm lucky.
To ship
I went to school with a guy that owns his own arbor. He's an arborist. He owns his own lumber company. So I'm very lucky. Michigan is full of them. Indiana's full of them. Ohio, Illinois. elsewhere, it depends on where you're at. Like, think about the poor kids in Indonesia. They don't have any of these woods, and they're throwing it like targets like this, like palm. So usually I think that they build their own with the end grain. But yeah, just look it up. Look up what's available in your area. I've been cutting wood with my dad for my whole life, so you just kind of know what's available wherever. But yeah, if you're hard up, just go buy a shitload of 2x4s. It goes there. I don't have an end grain target. I haven't built one in years because I built several of them and they just do not last. And it's very time consuming. They look great. They're awesome. They just don't last very long. And plus, for Danger Fest, the competitions that I host, I literally need 50 to 60 rounds. So I'm not building those.
Okay, we're doing trick shot.
All right, everybody's favorite, trick shot time. If you're new here, trick shot time means I'm going to toss a can in the air. I'm going to pin it to the target with a knife. Now, the first Thursday of every month, which is next week, right? Is next week the first?
Next
okay,
week.
so
yes.
If you're not familiar, the first Thursday of every month, we give away $100 to anything off of delta2alpha.com, which is my sponsor. Thank you, Ace, for continuing to do this. I give you a discount code. You can use that to buy anything off the website, $100 or less. This week, we're just going to be doing a trick shot. But in order to enter next week, you're just going to guess how many tries it takes me. Now, I do all kinds of different trick shots. There's no spin, half spin. There's different distances. There's different, all this stuff. But today, we're just going to try. Oh, I don't know, man. Let me see. I haven't thrown something. Let me throw something cool. They're all cool, but all right. How many of you guys are familiar with Jason Johnson, pro knife thrower? You guys know who Pro Knife Thrower is? If you don't, go look him up. Go subscribe to him. Good friend of mine, amazing knife thrower. He's been throwing many, many years longer than me. He makes amazing, amazing knives. He makes the baby tooth, the saber tooth. This one here is a baby tooth. This is live edge. This is badass. But we're going to be throwing a naked baby tooth. And what I mean by naked is it just doesn't have handle scales. This thing is the real deal. This thing's the shit. This one here is naked, doesn't have handle scales. It has the fuller on the spine. And he went fuller all the way around. Jason and I were the first ones to ever do this on knives. If you see this now on any knives, Ace Jet, they got it from us. But this is one of my favorite knives to throw. It's kind of changed my mind. See how the handle tapers a little bit? Now, in the beginning, you want something that's handle heavy, like this. But as I progress with my throwing and whatnot, I'm kind of pushing my way to this. And actually, I have a different design for the Danger Dash 8.5, all my knives. I have a new design that'll be coming out hopefully soon. But let me throw this a couple times, see if I remember how. We're going to do no spin from about 4 meters, give or take 13 feet to us badass Americans. And see, this has a orange hue. Now, this is done in tempering. They were actually more gold when I got them. I'm the only one on the planet that has these. Shout out, Jason. Thanks, buddy. Oh, my God. These are sick. He actually, I think it's fine to talk about it now, but he made these for me because we got invited to go on Mr. Beast's channel and throw knives, and Mr. Beast's producer is a liar, and he owes me money. So, whatever. Yeah, that was 2 summers ago. Okay. Empty can. Let me. I don't have my can weight. And by the way, James, if you're watching, I'm gonna hit you up. Hopefully it's cool. Come over Saturday. Is he watching? Again?
I'm texting Tilly right now.
All right, never mind.
It's not on him. She needs to see her grandma.
I'm putting any kind of weight in here, sand, small rocks, whatever you can to put in there. The only reason I'm doing this is because it helps throw a can. If you guys have ever thrown an empty can, it floats through the air. Now, if you're close, if you're inside like I am, I could probably get away with doing it. I'm just used to putting a little weight in there, and I'm trying to look like I know what I'm doing. So I got, tens of you watching. So I got to make myself look good. Can't pretend on live, can you? Put up or shut up. You guys are interested in going to a throw, going to Danger Fest, my throw, or any other throws, I highly recommend going. If you're interested in the details of Danger Fest, it's the third weekend in September. There is a page on Facebook, Danger Fest 2025. All the info you need is going to be there. Or you can just email me, fulltankclan@gmail.com. But, all right, let's do it. No spin, anti-spin, non-rotational, zero turn, quarter turn. There are so many different slang words or whatever. Anti-spin, that's my favorite, but no spin. All right, I'm gonna toss the can once, just to see where I'm at. Ooh, that's pretty good. Ooh, that was underhand, one rotation. All right, here we go. Oh, can you imagine what it would have been like if I would have done it first try? Just imagine, like in your head. That'd be cool, huh?
Alec, Danger Fest is in Indiana.
Woo! Pretty close. Didn't touch it, but it was just outside. Now, see, I'm messing up already. My natural way to throw is this, which I just did. The trick shots become a lot easier if you're tossing the can this way and you can throw over the top. That's why I think pinning cans is easiest when I throw rotational. So I've been trying to retrain my brain to throw more, not directly over the top, but more like this. I want to throw like that or even this, but maybe a master can show me.
Ah! Dang it.
That was close. See, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'll miss like that all day. That's close. And by the way, this trick shot, we all are just copying Jason Johnson, pro knife thrower. He was the first one to ever do it. He came up with it. And by the way, it's called the can trick. A lot of us call it pinning a can or catching a can. Whenever you invent something in skateboarding, knife throwing, or BMX, whatever, you name it. So technically it's called the can trick. Oh man, I'm so sore. So I'm still throwing this way. Outside. That was a bad throw. Excuse me. I got a couple good trick shots stacked up for tomorrow. Well, one for tomorrow and one for Saturday. Did them yesterday. A couple fast draw trick shots. which tomorrow is Fast Draw Friday. It's been a while since I participated in the Fast Draw Friday thing. Oh, it was about like that. Not great, but outside again. Ah. Okay, so I could have stuck that one, but it was a bad throw. I held onto the knife too long, and the knife started to turn. And this is very evident because that happened. It did that. So it turned. Instead of hitting like this, it turned. So that was just a bad throw on my part because I suck. All right, we'll still use this can. Sometimes they take me a long time. I'm just stoked that the quality's been good on the video, even though the weather's not great.
It actually has.
I'm changing cans, sorry. I put a wood screw in there, a 3-inch wood screw. That's plenty. Oh! I think I would have got that one too. That was a bad throw. It turned. So another thing you need to think of is, you know, your knife should be lined up with your forearm. That makes a big difference too. I'm not throwing over the top like I should be very well today. Okay. All right. So if you're paying attention and you just saw me set up there, this is what I should be doing. I should be doing this and that, and then starting here and then tossing. More often than not, because I like to throw from the sheath, I like to start with my hand down, and then I get into it, but this helps. Having your hand loaded, tomahawk, whatever, it helps. It's just something stupid I have in my own brain. See, like I said earlier in the video, we were very hard on ourselves. That was a through and through hit. That'd be, if that was a bird, everybody'd be clapping. We'd all eat tonight, whatever. But we don't count it. Bullshit. We like them pins. Much more impressive. No! Did it again. Man, we'd be eating good tonight if that was a bird, right? Ah! Man, I tried not to. I went sidearm. My brain just does it. It's like, it's just muscle memory, all it is. I'm trying to break my muscle memory. All right. Also, you know, you're doing trick shots, but you're trying to pin the can, but a lot of times your muscle memory takes over. You know, I dropped that one, it didn't stick, but more often than not, my knife's sticking. You can like concentrate on pinning the can and then let your muscle memory take over and you end up throwing good, if that makes sense. What I'm saying is this is all practice. I know a lot of hardcore knife throwers, they look down on trick shots, but it's all knife throwing. That was a bad throw.
All right, baby, you got this.
All right, I gotta try and pin this. Alicia's getting mad.
Oh, I am not. Oh, shit. I didn't even mention food yet. I'm good over here. Nice.
There we go. That one felt good, like over the top. Like the knife is straight. You know, that's another thing I look for. Very straight knife. Yeah. Ooh. You can also go and get these. He doesn't make these. He makes them sharp. Jason doesn't make any throwing knives. He makes sharp knives that you can throw. This is the baby tooth. I don't even think you can get it without the scales. I'm just lucky because we've been friends for a long time. But shout out to all the people that keep watching every week. Love you guys. This is awesome. We're building a small community here. I really appreciate it. Thanks to Alicia for helping me out every week. Love her. If you guys know her, you know how she helps out so much. But please like, comment, subscribe, whatever. And it would really help out if you guys were to share some of my videos. Appreciate it. I have a wealth. There's so much information on my channel. The shorts, I do those all the time, but I have a lot of long form videos that have a lot of information that you guys can go back and learn from. And yeah, thanks for watching. Next week's the giveaway. Peace, man. Throw every day. Later.